Hey, hey.
Hey, 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 hey. All right, no singing on this one. This was just sent to me by John Mills. It really pissed me off. And I'm really pissed off. I guess I'm doing two videos today because I was looking to do part two of the other one with the drunk police chief getting arrested. But John had to send me this and upset me. And let me move this record button out of the way. Where can I put this thing? Let's put it up here. Let's move it over there a little bit. There we go. So, this is Florida. What a shocker. Police do not know the ID law in Florida. Passengers do not have to ID. But it seems like the courts in Florida don't give a damn. And when passengers don't ID, police charge them with obstruction, even though they're not obstructing anything. They claim they're investigating. They claim there's an investigation going on into the passenger. But the crime is never, ever articulated. But they make money off this. So the judges look the other way. The attorneys, all them people in that just us system look the other way. I don't know how you could find this. It was sent to me by John Mills, tree cutter extraordinaire. So here we go.
Hey, what's up? Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Very good, sir. Why'd you pull me?
Ma'am?
Why'd you pull me?
Christine?
You had your radar out?
Of course.
Okay. I was just asking. I don't know. Some guys don't radar, they just pace. But you could have pacing to going opposite from me.
Is this your vehicle, Miss Mills?
Yes, of course.
And you have your registration with Filax?
Actually, yep. Hold that out first.
Alright. Where y'all heading to today?
I'm going to go check out a dealership, trying to get a new vehicle. This one's about to croak on me.
Okay, no weapons or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So do you have your...
So right away with the invasive questions. This is why you shouldn't roll your window down all the way. This is why you shouldn't be friendly. Because this cop is not being friendly. He's immediately trying to find a way to hem these people up, pad his stats, make money for the state, and collect part of that $3.5 and $7 billion that they steal from us every year. This is not your friend. This is not a respectable person. This is literally a gunman trying to take money and escalate something, and he sure does.
ID on you?
Yeah. Just ask the passenger for ID. Again, 901.151 Florida statutes. You do not have to ID unless you're suspected of, already have been, or something of a crime. Actual crime. Suspicion of a crime. Of a crime. Of a crime. Of a crime. A crime must be articulated. If you're investigating something, you have to articulate what you are investigating. So now he's asking the passenger for ID just because he's trying to escalate this into an arrest or something. He's trying to be some superhero within the department, probably trying to get promoted. You'll see.
Is that needed? Yes, sir.
There's a lie. So he lied. Yes, sir, it's needed. That's a total lie. So now he's a dishonest gunman trying to escalate a situation.
Yeah, what do you just want to know who I'm dealing with?
Don't worry about who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the person you violated your oath and impeded her freedom because she was going faster than you like. And you're taking full advantage of an unconstitutional, victimless law.
Well, he's just a passenger.
Yeah, I'm just a passenger, so...
He doesn't drive.
No, it's not required of me, so...
Sir?
It's not required of me right now, so I don't need to provide that. I'm not the one driving, so...
Yeah, I was speeding.
Now that just stopped him in his tracks for some reason. Now he doesn't know what to say, so now he's going to start cops pointing. All of a sudden, he's on the passenger side of the car. Now he's not worried about the actual supposed crime that the driver was committed. Now all his attention is focused on escalating onto the passenger because he doesn't know the ID law in Florida.
What's going on here?
Oh,
I'm asking you to identify yourself to me, okay?
Yeah.
And he already refused, and he's not required to under 901.151, and you're a complete imbecile, and now you're about to turn into a criminal.
You are a passenger in this vehicle.
Correct.
I want to know who you are, so I know who I'm...
I want to know who you are so I know who I'm dealing with. He already said he's not required to, and he doesn't care what you want. The law states he doesn't have to unless he's suspected of a crime. Now, let's see if this cop articulates any crime that this guy is committing.
dealing with.
Okay.
Okay? When you're issued a license, even in Florida, it's really property of the state of Florida.
Right. He doesn't have. He don't have.
So when you're issued a license that you have to go get, whether you want it or not, and then you pay for the plastic slave card, and then they pull you over and say, that's still not your card, even though you went and got it under threat and duress. You paid your own money for it. It's still not yours. So when a cop asks for it, you have to produce your slave card. Hello? Nazi Germany much? And he's wrong on top of it. He's wrong. 901.151, unless you're accused of a crime, just because you accuse the driver of speeding, you dummy, then that doesn't mean everyone inside the car has to ID, you moron.
License.
Do you have any kind of ID to prove to me who you are?
Yeah, no, not on me right now.
Not on
so.
Prove to me who you are, even though you haven't done anything to anyone. Your crime is being a passenger right now. His crime is being a passenger.
Do you have a
No,
Florida
he's
ID?
driving. No, he doesn't have a license.
No, I mean, what,
Yeah, not on me right now.
but you do have one from issued from Florida, right?
Yeah, but it's not on me. Right
Okay, what is your first name, please?
now. I don't think I should be providing that. I don't think I need to. I'm not the one under question here. I'm not the one behind the wheel, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Step out of the vehicle, please.
Yeah, sure.
Did he do something?
So now the cop is escalating it even further. Because the cop doesn't know 901.151 and how to apply it, and he's probably done this to countless people who don't know their own rights. So these people know their rights, so their safety is in danger because they know the law, because they know their rights. Now their safety is in danger by gunmen. And Caps for Cops and Creamfield Donut Operator and Mike the Sovereign Cop will defend this. They'll say, this is not their traffic stop. Once we have you in the traffic stop, you must submit to anything we say, and then you can sue us later in court.
Being detained?
Because courts are fair and objective, especially the guy that wears the black dress.
What are we being detained for?
Investigation. Yeah, step out of the vehicle.
An investigation on what?
Yeah, now he's cop-splaining and lying, saying he's investigating something. Let me know when he articulates the crime that he's investigating. And again, the only crime so far is this guy is a passenger. That is his crime so far.
With him, I've already told you why I stopped. Step out of the
Yeah, but you didn't stop him. Hold on, I got you. I got it.
And what's the investigation?
Now, since they're not accepting his unlawful orders and tyranny, now he's got to call more gunmen to get these people to understand the new system in America of obedience.
Step out of the vehicle, sir. Open the door and step out.
If I'm not
Because you're
under...
refusing to cooperate and answer my questions, okay? Now,
That's
I know
not
where this
against
is
the law.
going because
You're refusing to answer my questions, which is perfectly legal. Just because the cop don't like it doesn't make it illegal. You're a moron. You're a criminal at this point. This is terrorist activity. Unlawful acts of violence or intimidation for political aims. This guy is not acting within the law. And he's threatening violence. And he's trying to get someone to do something against their will. That's a violation of the 13th Amendment, involuntary servitude. These are unlawful orders. This guy has the right to resist with lethal force if need be, but everybody knows if you lawfully resist a cop, you're going to be buried under the jail, and then they'll set the jail on fire. So that's never a good idea, by the way, people. Unless your life is in danger, I wouldn't do that.
I've done this, all right? But you are part of the vehicle, and I stopped her for speeding.
You're part of the vehicle, and I stopped her for speeding. How is he part of the vehicle? He's an independent, individual, American citizen with all his constitutional rights intact. How did he become part of the vehicle? So what? He's like a rearview mirror now? He's like a muffler? Because you pulled her over, now you have jurisdiction over this guy's rights, and his constitutional rights are suspended because she got pulled over for speeding? Dude, if this cop is still working, it just shows how disgusting American police force has gotten if this guy still has a job after this video.
And I like to know who you are. And you're giving me this deal.
I'd like to know who you are. Too bad! Give me your address and I'll tell you who I am. How about that?
Well, I don't think I have to identify you.
Well, no, we don't think we know.
Stand still, okay?
Yeah,
So-
I know I don't have
And
to.
I just barked an unlawful order at her. And they both just told him we both know we don't have to identify. That's not good enough for him. Because he knows the way he's been doing things unlawfully for years and has been promoted for doing unlawful actions for years. And he doesn't understand that they actually went and read the law that he'd been unlawfully enforcing for years.
Like identification.
You don't?
No, sir.
You should.
No, I'm not a part of this.
Okay,
I'm not
well,
driving.
here's the
so-
thing. But you are a passenger in the vehicle, okay?
So if I
Which means what, dummy? That doesn't obligate him to surrender his Fourth Amendment, you idiot. The only person that's fought this successfully that I know of is Andre Rocks right now. And hopefully more, because this has to change in Florida immediately. 901.151 is clear. We do not have to ID unless you suspect us of some kind of crime. Unfortunately, traffic infractions fall under that because our government's out of control and has suspended the Constitution on the roadways. But a passenger is not obligated to ID.
my kids, would they have to ID too?
I needed to, yes.
But my children are
But they're not
children.
here, so that's really a mute point. So now you can either cooperate, but the more that you refuse to answer my questions or tell me who you are, pending the investigation, now you're obstructing.
Pending the investigation into what? Being a passenger? You're not investigating any crime. Right now what you're doing is cop-splaining and lying through your stupid teeth on camera. You're a disgusting animal, dude.
But there's no investigation.
Yeah.
There is.
No.
That's your vehicle.
There is no investigation. He says there is.
You could have been handled your business. I'm not interfering.
You're a part of it. Yes, you are.
Do you have a supervisor we could speak
I am
to?
a supervisor.
Oh, what a shocker. He is the supervisor. The guy who doesn't know the law, is barking unlawful orders, has become a criminal at this point, terrorizing a passenger who supposedly has constitutional rights to be secure in his privacy, papers and effects, unless some type of crime is articulated. He's saying he's investigating what? He's still yet to say what he's investigating.
So again, you can identify yourself to me, and we can move along.
Did you identify yourself? You don't have a
Corporal Miller,
badge.
I already have.
What's your
Badge is
badge
right
number?
here.
What's your badge number?
Do you guys not have badge numbers here?
I have badge number. So
Did you
again,
provide your badge
I
number?
just
Now he just lied and said that they don't have badge numbers.
did. I told you who I am.
And your badge number?
I don't need. You don't need it. That is
I do need
impertinent.
that.
Well, sir, this is just a traffic stop, so you really just
now
need
I'm
my
asking you to
license.
Step out of the vehicle.
I'd like to ask for your badge number again. And you have not
I
provided
have
that yet.
introduced myself
You
to you.
are
I'm a
legally
uniform.
supposed to provide your badge number
No,
and
I'm
name.
not.
Yes,
Well,
you are.
legally, if you're in uniform, you have to.
3712.
Hurry up and get here. These people have read the law and they're actually going and following the law. Hurry up and get here. I need gunmen quick.
All right, step out of the vehicle again, or I'm going to take you out of the vehicle.
As soon as you provide.
Threats of violence now with a smile on his face. Threats of violence with a smile on his face for the crime of being a passenger.
Oh, you can't. You
3712.
can't.
3712.
If you
Come on.
grab me, that's an assault.
Now he just gave his badge number, 3712, before he didn't have a badge number. You see that? Now he thinks giving his badge number gives him the right to assault this guy.
You can't assault him because he doesn't
That's
want to
assault
give
if
his
you're only out of the
information.
vehicle.
You're refusing to
You
get out
have
of the
yet
vehicle.
to
Well, he
provide.
shouldn't have to. This is a
You have
traffic
yet to
stop, sir.
provide your name and
This-
badge number.
So this, again, hey, Josh, Caps for Cops. This is how it starts, these little traffic infractions. He stopped her for speeding, and maybe she was under transportation code, a commercial code, but he don't care less about speeding. It started immediately with the invasive questions, and now he's unlawfully, criminally terrorizing the passenger right now.
How do I know who you are? If you haven't provided your name.
If we're being detained for something, now
he's reaching into someone else's property. To me, this is just like coming in the house. He's breached the plane of these people's property here.
Because I was speeding.
You can't do that.
Do not touch him. Please do not assault him.
If you grab me, that's I have it on video.
Please do not assault him. Yes, sir.
Video. If you grab me, that's assault.
Step out of the vehicle.
No, sir.
Now he's gonna watch how he smiles as he tries to escalate violence.
Do not get aggressive with us.
If you grab me, that's assault.
See that smile? Like he's ready to kill this guy, and then he smiles real big. If that's not a psychopath, I don't know what is. This is who we employ to keep us, quote unquote, safe. Who is this guy keeping safe right now? He's endangering citizens' lives right now because he doesn't know the law and he's the supervisor. This is amazing.
On video.
Okay.
My hands are right
please
here.
do not. You are assaulting him right now.
Hey, you have it on video.
I got you, baby. I got you.
My hands are up.
Sir, you are assaulting him right now. You can't do that. He was not speeding.
He absolutely has him kidnapped under threat and duress right now.
You have no reason to be patting him down.
Get him on video. He has not.
Sir, we know our rights. This is a speeding. You pulled me over for speeding.
Right now, this is assault. Keep it on video. Keep it on.
Do you have a supervisor coming?
Keep it on video.
He's assaulted him, trespassed into their vehicle. And when they say he is, he's like, no, this is not assault. No, this is not assault. It's like when the tanks were going into Waco when they were filling the church with gas. The government tanks they sent over to Waco and started filling up the church with gas. And over the loudspeaker, they were saying, this is not an assault. This is not an assault. As they were puncturing their building and shooting flammable gas inside. This is government mentality, people. As they assault you, they're saying they're not assaulting you. This guy has done nothing. The only crime he's committed is being a passenger. That's it, so far, that I've heard.
Somebody, above you, I have to be out so I can have them on recording.
She doesn't have to get in the vehicle. You understand what you're doing, sir? I'm going to have your back.
Scott, you need to get your hands off him because you cannot. What are you detaining him for?
You can't do this. This is illegal.
Sir, what are you detaining him for? Do you know our rights? Because we know our rights.
Yeah, this is illegal.
So what are you detaining him for? You can't put him in cuffs.
Okay, get this on video. It's okay. We'll bring
I got you. I got you on cuffs. He can't. What are you putting him in the truck for? For? Hey, be quiet. I got this. No. You can't put him in there.
No, it's okay.
If he's not under arrest.
Not under arrest. Just, you're in handcuffs in the back of my car. You're not under arrest. This cop is disgusting. Imagine how many innocent people this cop has done things to. And I guarantee you he's still on the force. And he's probably being awarded a medal by Caps for Cops.
He shouldn't be in handcuffs, sir. You can't take this phone from me. This is my protection. I'm standing right here. I have nothing on me clearly. I am in small clothes. No, he can't take it from me. This is my property. This is my protection. Do you have your cam on?
I do.
Do you have your cam on? No, so no. I'm going to stand here. So if you want to pat me down, that's fine. If you want to check, that's fine.
Your vehicle while I conduct my investigation.
I don't feel comfortable.
Conduct your investigation into what crime? What crime are you investigating? You stopped her for speeding, which is unconstitutional, because there's no victim, no damages, no trespassing, no crime. So you start out unconstitutionally, then you get invasive. This is why you shouldn't roll your window down. This is why you should have that stupid flyer. It's a shame that you have to have a flyer with the actual law written on it so that the cops know the actual law. You know what? I need to print out 901.151 because I don't have that in my car. I'll add that in my little folder I have in my car. Oh my God, this is so disturbing.
I'm doing that because you have him in the truck, sir. Sir, why is he being detained? Why is he being, no, please stop. Please, you are a big guy and I'm little. No. I have no reason
Have
to.
a seat in the vehicle.
I know my
Have a
rights.
seat in the vehicle.
No,
Wait.
you can't do
Have a
this
seat
to
in the
me.
vehicle. I'll be with you in a minute.
Look, I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to come stand by my truck. Hey! You okay? You okay? Here he comes again. He's going to try to bully me some more. He's going to try to intimidate me. Thank you. I got 2 of them coming. Look at that. What, you need that much backup? Huh? For 2 people unarmed? You got the guns. You got the guns. How dare you?
Here come the blue line soldiers to protect unconstitutional kidnapping and unlawful detainment by this cop because he wants to unlawfully demand that a passenger who doesn't have to ID must ID.
2 of them pulled up. 2. Yeah, you got the guns. We're unarmed. We have nothing on us. I am not. I have to have this on recording because of people like
Wait
you.
back by your vehicle, ma'am. Wait back by your vehicle. I keep telling you, you're not coming back here behind my vehicle.
Dude, I have all rights to be standing where I want to stand.
Wait by your vehicle, ma'am. I keep telling you that. Wait.
Why is he so adamant about her waiting by her vehicle? From what I'm understanding, she has skimpy clothing on and is a little tiny woman. And now you got a whole platoon of cops here ready to violate rights, armed to the teeth. He's cop-splaining. He's the one who keeps escalating the unlawful actions.
By your vehicle.
Now again, why do you have him illegally detained, huh? I was speeding.
You're right.
Not him?
Go back and wait by your
Sir,
vehicle.
do not touch me. Do
Now he just assaulted her.
not touch me.
Then go back by your vehicle.
I have no reason to.
Wait back here by your vehicle.
You are bullying me. Do you not see what you're doing? He pulled me because I was speeding. Okay? Yes, I was speeding. No, stop. You too. You can't bully me either. You guys can't be intimidating to get what you want. Stop it.
Well, she sure knows their playbook.
He does not have to ID himself. I've got somebody bigger. I can get what he says on recording. You know that, right? Because all records and everything he says it's public record. Don't play
Now he's threatening her, setting her up to be kidnapped.
with me like I don't know my rights. Don't step closer to me. Why are you illegally detaining him? Stop. Stop. What are you doing? Stop.
So now he's assaulting her because he's got to protect his buddy, who's his supervisor. This is disgusting, man. This is so disgusting. So now that he's gonna kidnap her.
What did I do? I'm not resisting arrest because there's no reason for you to be arresting me. Stop. What are
Don't worry, they'll make up a reason.
you doing? What the fuck are you doing? This is assault. What are you?
It's called tyranny. You know what they're doing. They got your boyfriend kidnapped because he was a passenger. Now they're tackling you to the ground because they don't want to hear your voice and they don't like that you're recording. And supposedly they don't like where you're standing because of their safety. 3 gunmen fully armed to the teeth versus probably 140-pound, 130-pound female wearing completely, obviously unarmed. This is your heroes, America. Hey, cream-filled donut. Here's your heroes. Mike the Sovereign. Here's your heroes. Caps for Cops. Josh. Here's your heroes. Go ahead. Cop-splain this away.
Doing? Hey, do you?
You guys probably think the passenger had to ID too because you're all cops and probably none of you have read the law. I wouldn't be surprised, but you're all scared to debate. You're all cowards, and the blue line. You're the blue line cowards. The trio. The blue line coward trio. Cream-filled donut, Mike the Sovereign, and Caps for Cops, Josh Ingram. All bunch of punks, all bunch of cowards. This is what you guys defend. Let's see you bridge this gap, okay?
Understand this? Do you not know what assault is? This is not okay. No, you need to contact.
No, lady, when you wear a costume, it's not assault.
bullying me.
See, again, under FS 322.15, she could have placed her license, registration, and insurance with the windows rolled all the way up, not say a word, and that would be perfectly within the law for her to get a speeding ticket. He could have went and wrote the speeding ticket without speaking to her. He had all the information displayed as FS 322.15 is the only thing it requires you to do. Display or submit, which can be done through the window. No conversation is needed. The only problem is the cop will get butthurt because they've never read the law. They don't understand what you're doing is perfectly within the letter of the law, and they can't cop-splain to you, and they can't escalate and pad their stats and be a hero to their superior whose boots they've been licking all day. So here's what's to be learned. Again, this ain't legal advice. This is how I interpret 901.151 and 322.15. It's also the same way Warren Redlich, a Florida attorney, reads 322.15. 901.151. Unless you're accused of committing, about to commit, or already have committed a crime, you are not required to ID in the state of Florida. FS 322.15. You're required to display or submit your license, insurance, and registration. That can be done with the window rolled all the way up and no communication, verbal communication with a cop. If you're a cop and you don't know this, then you're not a good cop. You're just acting under your stupid policies and you're trying to level up like being a cop is some type of modern warfare video game. You're a this is a disgusting animals right here you see in this video.
Stop! Will you fucking realize what you're doing? This is goddamn assault,
All right, John Mills sent me this. Please like and subscribe. I cannot monetize this video. They will not let me monetize this video. Please watch my not police related videos if you don't mind. I know they're not as fun as these are, but it supports me. Consider joining if you'd like to join and hit the join button. It's $5 a month. I mean, I don't give my paid subscribers enough, but I really thank you guys. What else? Subscribe, thumbs up. Type in John's coin rings with no spaces into Google. If you wear rings, I make beautiful silver rings out of coins. I also make bacon jerky and beef jerky. All right, guys. Thanks. Peace, tranquility. Love you. Bye.